Hello, people. Now, I'm going to tell a story, a testimony about how God will get your attention sometimes. Now, keep in mind, this is a true story. When it first happened, I didn't think it was possible until it happened. And it freaked me out. And it sounds like it come right out of the Twilight Zone. All right? And Eric Collins, I told you I was going to post this. Now, this is for everybody to hear. Now, at the end of 2005, beginning of 2006, I was misbehaving with a girl, and I'm not going to tell you who it is. See, and of course, the misbehaving went on for a couple of weeks. So anyway, she was living off in another state at this time. And one night, oh, yeah, that's how it started, okay? Because I was able to, have my Yahoo Messenger messages go straight to my cell phone when I logged off, all right? So I had my cell phone logged in like that one night, and I was laying in bed. I heard the phone beep. I'm thinking, uh-oh, what happened? Somebody just logged in. A hacker got my account. Well, that went on for probably 45 minutes, I'd say, and I heard the phone beep again. All right, the hacker had logged out of my Yahoo account. So then the next day at work, I was kind of talking about it, that the guy I worked with. And then I heard my phone beep again. All right. This time, the hacker had been in for about 3 hours and finally logged off. Of course, I was getting kind of aggravated. And, later that night, I was online, and I noticed the hacker logged in under my account again. So then I logged in under an alternate ID that I've got. I started talking to the guy, and I'm saying, hey, I'm the only one that's got this ID. You get off there now. You're not supposed to be on there. Well, the usual stuff that anybody would probably say. And the guy's just like, oh, okay, I'll log off and I'll call Yahoo tomorrow about it. And he logged off. Well, I logged off my alternate ID, then back on my regular ID, all right? Well, the hacker had changed my password at one point, but I got that fixed. But when I was in the regular ID, he had emailed somebody that I knew, and he was talking as if he was me, and he was telling the person I need lots of prayer. Well, of course, which I do. So I had to call the person up and say, hey, there's a hacker got in my account, emailed you. It wasn't me, so ignore that message. And I think I still got that message saved in my archives somewhere. Now, the third night, I was online, and I went to the website of the cell phone company of that girl, all right, and I was sending her messages to her cell phone from that site, and she would send a message back to my cell phone. But then for some reason, I had logged in my regular Yahoo Messenger account. All right. And then about a minute later, all right, my dad comes online and starts talking to me. And, I didn't believe it was him at first. And well, we kind of argued back and forth and this and that. And then I would ask him certain questions, all right. I had to make sure it was him. And every now and at one point he said, "Who's the best and why am I?" Well, yeah, he'd say that a lot. And what else? Well, then I asked him the names of 4 different spirits, all right? Said one pair and then the second pair. And he says to me, "What are you asking me that for?" I'm like, "Well, the Bible says to try the spirits." And he says, "I believe that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh now. How do you believe?" And I said the same thing, that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. All right. So then I finally accepted that it was him. And at first I thought it was somebody else, like my brother-in-law, but, well, he wasn't smart enough to know how to do this, because at the time, it was only me and my sister knew how to hack into the account, and it's like I was the only one who knew the password at the time. But anyway, and he's talking to me, and he's saying, "Boy, I know what you're doing. You are not supposed to be with this girl. That is wrong. And you knew how I felt about that other girlfriend you had." And then he says, "And Sister Mary knows what you've been doing." I'm like, uh-oh. That scared me too. And he says to me, "I heard my baby got married." I was like, "Yeah, she did." And, you know, getting towards the end of the conversation there, he says, "Give me a Klondike and an A&W root beer." It's like, okay. And, well, I asked him if he was going to come over to the apartment where I was at. He said that he wasn't because he didn't feel like fighting with those things. That was from my grandma's house. Now, my grandma's house is a different story altogether. But anyway, then he just abruptly logged off. And then he deleted his Yahoo account. All right. Now, everybody out there thinking that's just some ordinary story about some dad getting after his kid for something bad he's doing. All right. Now, people, keep in mind, this is a true story. At the time he was talking to me online, he had been dead for 4 years. Now, you want to talk about getting freaked out all of a sudden. People, that freaked me out and got my attention. And I called my mom up. I called my sister. I'm like, "Listen, I just talked to my dad online." And they're like, ooh, let me read it. Let me read it. I printed off that conversation and gave it to my mom. She read it, and my cousin Arlene read it. But people, I did not think that could happen until it happened. He had been dead for 4 years when he was talking to me online. So people, the supernatural is real. And God got my attention. And I'm still kind of afraid to talk to that one girl now. I guess once she hears this video, she'll know. But people, God will get your attention when you don't think He will.